Good morning, everyone. Shegun Fatumo, you are the first one here. Good morning. How are you today? Good morning. Obi, you are the next one. Okay. Nice to see you. Kikef, blessings. Ezea Puta. Noah. Akinpelu. Florence. Stephen. Bless you. Laulu. Andrew. Welcome. Adedamola, you are here. Andrew. Sam, Joseph, Solomon. Ade Otufale, Charles Smith. Nkiru is here. Wale Aina is here. Shidi, Emile, Bukola, Mayowa is here. Rejoicing. Sam Joseph is here. Abi is here. Olukayode is here. Emilov is here. Purity, that's Pastor Sufficient right there. Prince, Jeff, Cecile. Yeah, good morning. And if you all could go and share the message, that will be very much appreciated. So please, let's go share the link. Yes, we'll appreciate that. Let's go share the link. Okay. Yeah, please go share the link, and we'll be happy to be a blessing to someone else today. So find your share link and let's go ahead and share it. Like I said, this week, Sunday is going to be the last day when I'll be talking about money. This week will be the last week I'm talking about money. I have to move on to other topics. The kingdom of God is more than money. Only money answers all things. So we had to deal with that. I didn't even plan it, but that's the way it happened. So thank God. Now we have to, but today I'm talking about wisdom tips for investments. Wisdom tips for investments. So if you already are mature enough to understand that we need investment, now I want to begin to take you through the wisdom tips that will be needed for investments. So wisdom tips for investment. I'm sure you are ready for that. The first wisdom tip that you want to remember when it comes to investment is that because so many people over these few weeks that I've started talking about this, one of the most constant requests that I've received from people is, where do I invest? Where do I invest? Where to invest? Well, this point that I'm going to make addresses that. A good, one of the things that Jesus spoke about in that parable of the talent is that he called that man, that servant that didn't do anything, that did not invest the money he was given. Jesus called him lazy. Well, he called him two things. He called him lazy and he called him wicked. So if we are saying we cannot find anything to invest in, or we cannot find where to invest, well, at least you are talking to me about it, so you are overcoming the laziness. But really, that is a sign of laziness on its own. If you cannot find where to invest or in what to invest, that talks about laziness. That is admittance of guilt. That means you are admitting your guilt, that you have not worked on it, and that you have not researched, that you have not searched, you have not looked for ways and means to invest your money. So the very first thing that you must know about investment is that, good investors or people who are not lazy, they are always going to do research. They are always doing research. So the first thing you must know is that you need to do research. You need to keep your eyes open and be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for what is going on around you. You have to be noticing what's going on around you. You have to pay attention to the realities you are surrounded by. You have to take interest in what people are doing around you. You have to be curious a little bit. You have to show interest in what or in the businesses of other people and of things like that. So, one of the ways to take advantage of opportunities is for you to always be ready, be willing to build relationships, be willing to talk to people, be willing to share your vision and listen to their vision. And so if you really want to be successful in investment, the very first thing you must do, the very elementary basic thing about investment is that you must be on the lookout. You must always be on the lookout for opportunities. People who become wealthy and extremely rich in life are people who know how to take advantage of opportunities. They are always on the lookout. They are always searching, actually. The most businessmen, because when they don't have any ideas and when they don't have any topics, then, there's no business. If you don't have any ideas, you don't have any topic, you don't have anywhere, even if you have money, you don't have where to put it. So ideas and thoughts are always out there, and there are many of them there. But for you to find it, you must look. It's only when you look that you find. Only when you search. Only when you search, you find. Only when you look, you see. And only when you ask, it's given to you. So it's a good beginning to ask people, and it's a good thing that you're asking me or other people what you can invest in. But you must take interest in everything. You must, especially in people that are around you that are doing business. When you see people who are already making it, who are already successful, you want to ask them questions. You want to find out why are they making it, what brought them there, what are they dealing with, what are their businesses, and do they need investment, do they need some cash, do they need some contribution. So you need to really begin to show interest. So one of the most important factors for you to be able to invest and be successful in business is to always take interest. Always go on research, always find out ideas and what is going on in the area of money, investment, and so that you know where to invest in. There are two things though when it comes to being lazy with money. Being lazy with money is that if you have money, and the first aspect of laziness is you must try to find what you can do with the money yourself. That is, maybe you want to not just give the money to other people to make the money work for you, but maybe you need to find what you yourself can do with the money that will generate you money. For example, like I said, somebody might say, okay, I have an idea of, someone told me yesterday, I'm good in designing. Okay, maybe you want to put your money in your own business, in your own gift. Maybe you want to put your money in your own talent. And someone said, I'm good in making people beautiful, modeling, or, helping people look nice. Okay, maybe you want to buy some things or rent an office or put your money in advertising that your business and that make people come to, pay you for your services. So laziness is also when you are not looking inside yourself to see what your gifts are, when you are not looking inside yourself to see what your talents are, when you are not, looking to see how you could use your money to promote yourself, to promote your gift, to advertise yourself so that people will come to you. Because you might have a lot of gifts and talents in you, but if you will not promote yourself, if you will not put the word out there for people to know that you are there and that you are able to do this thing, people will not even know that you are able to do it, and people will not come to you. So for people to come to you, for people to really respond to you, and to be able to ask for your services or your goods, they must know that you are there. So that is the good part of advertisement. And part of what you want to do with money is to use your money to promote your own gift, to use your money to promote your own gift, or to use your money to build your own enterprise, to build your skills, to build your something that, because the most trustworthy person you could invest in is in yourself. And find your gift, find your talent. What do you need to do? What do you know how to do? There is a lady, I read of a lady in Nigeria. I forgot the name, maybe Tyra or something. But she is having a very big cosmetics cosmetics business right now. Maybe it's one of the biggest cosmetic cosmetics business in the country. So this lady, she's good in just helping people do makeups, and she even though she studied as a lawyer, but she discovered that people like the way she makes makeup. So from going from being a lawyer to making makeup for people, and so she started by doing makeup for people during wedding, and people liked it, and they started asking for her to do for them. So what she did is that she turned it to business. So whatever money she had, she would use it to buy new, utensils or whatever tools she needs for the makeup. And she will buy good stuff and then give the best service to people. Soon she started charging people. People are willing to pay for her service, and that's how she has built maybe the largest cosmetic industry right now in Nigeria. So so that is one thing that you want to do. You want to put your money. I mean, you want to put your you want to put your money where your gift is. You want to put your money where your talent is. So that is one thing you want to do. So one of the greatest investment is for you to look inside yourself. So my request right now that the first tip, investment tip that you need is, first of all, do research. Do research about things around you. But that's a good thing to do research about what's going on around you, what people are doing, and to have partnership with other businessmen or something. But that is just one part of it. But the best research you could do is to research inside yourself, is to look inside yourself, to look into your gift, to look into your abilities and what you can do. And if you can find your gift, if you can find your talent, if you can find where you are good, then put money in the promotion of that gift. Put money in buying the tools or the instrument that you will need, and then begin to talk to people about the ability you have. Let people know that you have this gift. Begin to advertise yourself, and the money you have, put it inside, and you begin to make money before you realize it. Last night I spoke with a lady. She is having a very interesting story, because she started making cakes, and now she's living in England, and she started using a gift of making cakes to teach people in Africa. So she started a Facebook page, and according to her, she has 20,000 people right now on that Facebook page following her. Women mainly, maybe 90% of them are women, of course, from all over Africa that want to learn how to make cake. And then she started teaching them classes. And, very surprising to me what she said, that these women in Africa are paying. And they are paying in their currency, like in Naira. They'll put the money in their credit card. And then that money, the service company she's having, will convert it to pounds for her. So, that is on an unusual way of doing business. I was really very encouraged by the lady, and very encouraged by her initiativeness, by passion, by zeal, by ingenuity. She discovered even though she's having, I didn't ask her what job she's having in England, or what's her profession, what she read, but I'm sure she didn't read cake or baking. I think she read something else, but she discovered the passion in her, and that passion is making cake, or teaching ladies to make cake, and now that is becoming a calling altogether. It's becoming a calling, and soon she's going to probably be living only on the money that is coming from that alone. And even though she's having 3 kids, but she's managing to use internet and Facebook to teach people in Africa and fulfilling her destiny. It's because the only way you'll be happy is when you fulfill your destiny. When you're not working for Uncle Sam, when you're not working for the world system, but when you are doing what you are passionate about, what you know that is what God has called you to do. When you discover your gifts and your talent, and when you put your money where your mouth is, you put your money in promoting your talent, in investing in your gift and your ability. So one of the problem that people have is that they say, okay, I have this gift, but I can only work for other people because I don't have patronage, or don't have customers or clients. Well, the way to resolve that is for you to invest in promotion. is for you to put that money that you've been saving to use it to promote yourself. If you could use the money to promote yourself, and that will be what you need. That will be what you need. People will begin to come, and then charge for your service, and that's how you walk in your gift, and you use your gift, and then your gift becomes your source of income. So that's the ideal thing for you guys. Nothing better than doing and working at the place you like, or doing what you like and then being paid for it. So using your gifts to do what you like and being paid for it is the best thing you could imagine doing. So one of the first things you want to do is to consider, can you invest in yourself? Okay, for example, if you think that no, what you are doing is not a business venture, or you don't have burden for business or for developing your skills, or that if you feel your passion will not make you money, no problem about that. Then you have to use the second option that I spoke about. You have to use the option of going to talk to other people, opening your eyes and seeing what is going on with in other people's businesses, and then trying to find out if you could partner with them, and how you could be bringing money, the person will be bringing his skills. So like I said, all of us have skills, but many of these people who have skills and who want to develop their skills, they don't have money to develop it. So they need partnership. They need partnership with somebody who will rather have the money, but maybe doesn't have the time to use his money, to begin to work with his money, or maybe he doesn't have the gift, or he doesn't have a topic to develop. He doesn't have an area that he wants to invest the money in, but you have the area you want to invest the money. I mean, you want to develop. You have the skills. So ask people who might have money to invest, and they want to double their money. They want to increase their money. So sit down, do your calculations. See how much money that will give you if you begin to do this, I don't know, selling or buying of something, or or sewing of dress or whatever. Find out how much you'll be able to sell in a month, and how much that will give you, how much income you'll be able to have from that business. And once you find out how much money that will get, then find out what is the percentage of that investment. That investment that is there, is it up to 50% of the whole effort that you have invested, your work, your effort, and everything. If it is up to 50%, then divide it 50-50. If you think the money they are bringing to you is more important than the effort you are putting, then you might want to give them 60% or something like that, or 70%. But if it is less, if the money they are bringing is less than the effort or the money that you have put, maybe you want to give them 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. So you have to calculate these things, and you might want to sit down with the person who is bringing the money, or with the person who has the skill, and plan together and agree on what is good for the two of you. By the way, I'm not seeing any comments. Is this my iPad again that doesn't want to accept comments? I saw comments in the beginning before I started speaking, and now I can't see any comments. It's like nobody is writing anything, and I kind of doubt that nobody is writing anything. I think people are writing. Probably it's my iPad that is not showing it. I'm sure people should be writing something. Anyway, as the case may be, the next point that you need to pay attention to, the next tip, the next wisdom tip for investment, is that the best investment is when you are investing in people. Even if you are going to be putting money in somebody that is doing business, find out the quality of that person. Find out how that person is, how much integrity the person has, how much character that person has. So put money in people that you trust in. So yeah, it's good to sign a contract. Contract is good, but trust is even more important. You must be able to identify and look into the quality of the person you are putting the money into, and let them show you their track record. They must have a track record of doing good or being responsible. They must have a track record of being entrepreneurs, or a track record of being responsible people. They must have a track record of being people of their words. They must have a track record of what they are saying they will do, that they have already done it before, or they have success in it, or they must be able to show something. So you are investing in people. You are not just investing in business. So if you are saying you are going to invest in, let's say, Microsoft right now, behind Microsoft is Bill Gates. So you are actually investing in Bill Gates. If you want to invest in Apple, okay, before Steve Jobs died, you are investing in a person, in Steve Jobs. So you must consider the people who are behind the investment you are doing. Who are the people behind the business, the investments you want to do? So before you let your money go, before you put money in any project, you want to find out who are the people behind them. And you want to see, sometimes when it comes to business, like I said, what matters is people that observe the loss of money. You have to find out how frugal they are. You have to find out how shrewd they are. You have to find out how responsible they are. You have to find out, how they pay attention to details, how faithful they are in what they are doing. But, unfortunately, they might be unbelievers. So it doesn't really matter that only Christians could have business IQ. What matters when it comes to money is not your faith. It's not that you are a Christian or you are not a Christian. But of course, when you are a Christian, maybe you have the fear of God. But who knows? These days, not too many Christians have the fear of God. So look for business qualities. Look for business virtues. Look for how much these people abide by the rules of business, how serious they are in their business endeavors. So it is how good people are in observing the laws of business, and let them show you their track record. Let them prove to you what they have done before. So because you might be a Christian and not be prudent in business. You might not be prudent in the laws of money. So you might not abide by the laws of money even though you are a Christian. So it's not about faith or not faith, and it's not about relative or somebody, but it has to be just somebody that knows his act, that knows what he's doing. That is what you want to examine when it comes to investment. So you want to find out about their character, of course. You want to find out about their faithfulness, and you want to know how good they are in what they are doing. How prudent are they? How are they in relations to that money? How much a professional are they? How good they are in what they are doing. So that is one of the things you want to. That's what I mean. That when it comes to investment, invest in people. Investment is about people, the people behind the investment. But what about if it is you that wants to invest in yourself? Of course, you have trust in yourself, but still, the people factor when you are doing your own business is the fact that you must realize that anything you want to do or produce is also for people. You must produce for people. You must produce goods and services for people. People need your goods. People need your services. So that's what you need. That's what you want to do. Provide your goods and services for people. Look for people who need your goods and services. Because, and if you want to provide for people, you want to provide the best quality possible. You want to give them the best, as much as possible. So what you want to do is, bear in mind that you are working for people. Have in your mind that the needs of those people. Try to meet the needs of the people. Try to look for their needs, meet their needs. Try to make sure that you make them satisfied. Try to fulfill their aspirations. So any kind of business is meeting people's needs. And of course, at the bottom of it all, make sure that what you are doing, even if you are putting money, investing in yourself, is meeting people's needs. Use your skills and your gift to meet people's needs. Use your skills to solve people's problems. So solve their problems, meet their needs by what you know how to do. So use whatever you have to resolve the problem of people. So investment is about people. Either the people you are investing in, or how their product that they are producing is needed by people, or even if you are investing in yourself, also use your gift to meet the needs of people. So find out what you are producing and what you have your gift. How much are they going to be in demand? And they are going to be in demand if they resolve and they meet the needs of other people. If people are in need of it, if people have interest in what you are doing, that is when That is when they will buy it. That's when it will become money to you. It will not, your activities, your business, your enterprise will not bring you money if people don't need what you are offering. So investment, just like business, is about people. So find out who are the people behind the business, and find out what the people really need, and provide the needs of the people, or try to resolve the problems of people through your investment. So the first thing you want to know about investment is that you want to do research into yourself, research into other people's businesses and opportunities that are around you. The second thing you want to do, you want to think about people. You want to be people centric in your business. You want to provide services for people, provide goods that will meet the needs of people. You want to resolve the problem and the challenges of people. Another thing you want to do is you want to find out if the people you are investing in and where you are putting your money, if their services or their goods is actually meeting the needs of people, because that is what is going to decide if they are going to generate demand or not. And then you want to find out the quality of people behind that business where you are putting your money. So you want to understand their culture, their character, their principles, and you want to really know that they are very astute when it comes to business. So so this we are talking today about investment wisdom, the investment wisdom tips. We are giving you wisdom tips on investment. The next wisdom tip today on investment that you want to pay attention to is the fact that make sure once you begin to invest that you don't lose touch, because sometimes people begin to put money in some other people's projects, or even in their own project, and they get carried away by the process. So you are just doing the process. You say, I have a business, but that business you have has long become a liability instead of it becoming an asset. So we want to be on the lookout for your business that it's always an asset. You want to find out that the money you have put inside is always growing, because sometimes whatever you put your money in, or you invested your money in, sometimes you not even realize that it is no more bringing money. It is now taking money, but they will be giving you promise that, okay, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it will soon be bringing money, that you just be spending money right now. You are just spending money. And by the time you understand, you are spending money all the time, spending money, and your investment is no more investment. Your investment it become a liability. And that's one thing you want to pay attention to. You have to examine how much money the money or the investment is bringing to you in comparison to how much investment you have put inside. How much are you spending, and how much are you receiving? So you must do calculations. When it comes to investment, you must do your arithmetic. You must do your calculations. You must find out if it's worth it. It's worth doing that kind of investment or business or not. If the money you are bringing in is bigger, much bigger than the money you are spending. And it is advisable that any business you are involved in should give you at least 30% interest or 30% profit. If you have 30% profit, that is not a bad thing. So that is good for you. But if you have more, it's even better. But you must make sure that you are having a good amount of income and profit over the amount that you have already spent. Because sometimes you just keep on spending, and you don't really get to see the profit coming in. So you don't want to get into that situation. An investment is an investment only when it's doubling your money, when it's increasing your money, when it is growing your money. If it's not growing your money, it's no more an investment. If it's just making your money to be, like for example, some people will buy real estate. Maybe they buy a house and put it on mortgage or something, and then they discover that the money, it's an investment. The house is an investment, or the apartment is an investment. But by the time they pay for the mortgage, by the time they pay the bank, by the time they pay for the upkeep of the house, by the time they pay for the repairs, by the time they do all that, that money, that investment, that house is not bringing money to them anymore. They are spending more money than the house is giving to them. So, and in some other cases, market changes and the dynamics of market changes. So sometimes you have bought a house, maybe, or an apartment or real estate a few years ago, and that real estate was growing that time. Then it got to a point when it stopped growing, and because it stopped growing, you have started losing money and you didn't realize that you have started losing money. And but that asset has become liability, and you are thinking, okay, I'm waiting. They said it will grow. They said the market will grow. So you are waiting till the market grows. In that kind of situation, sometimes the best thing for you to do, if you are not really sure when the market will grow again, the best thing for you to do is just to go and get rid of that real estate. Maybe you need to go and sell it, at least for you to get the money you put inside back, or maybe some profit over it, and then go and use that money and put it in another type of investment, in another topic, in another area that might help you that might have double your money or help you to continue growing your money. The thing about money is that you must continue growing it. You don't just grow it for the first year and then it stabilizes. Once money stabilizes and stops growing, it means you start losing money. It is the growth dynamics that keeps you gaining money. If the growth, even if it is not so high, but if it keeps on growing and increasing on a regular basis, then it's an investment. Then it's worth it. But if it is not growing, if it is just static, or it was just depending on the fact that it will grow in future, yeah, if you have money, of course, to freeze in some business or in some enterprise, and you want the money to just grow for you over 10 years or 20 years, of course, that might be worth it. Then you might want to do something like real estate and put the money there and just forget about it. Then over time, it could grow, and most likely it will grow. But, you still want to be careful. Is it growing to the extent that you are not losing the original money you put inside? And the expenses, you have to be calculating the ongoing expenses too, and you begin to add that also to the original money you put inside. So if every year you are doing renovation or cleaning, and that is taking some money out of your pocket, you have to be adding that to the original money you put inside, and that will now give you the it should now give you the clear picture if what you are doing is worth it or it's not worth it. If you are working on liability, or you are working on investment on assets. And the idea is that an asset is something that always adds money to your pocket. Investment must be an asset, something that is always bringing money to you, not taking money out of your pocket. Even if it's taking money out of your pocket, it should be giving and putting more money into your pocket than what is taken out of your pocket. So that is what you want to, very important tip that you want to pay attention to. You want to make sure that whatever investment you are involved with does not turn to a liability, that it's also always an investment that is adding value to you. Okay. The next thing that you want to pay attention to when it comes to investment is when you are looking for where to put your money, always look for investment ideas or investments in new ideas, or new ideas that are repackaged. Because people always go for new products. So when you want to invest your money, don't look for old businesses that people are already tired of, and that doesn't have a lifespan of growing too fast. You want to put money in a business that will still have dynamics of growing, that will still have growth dynamics. You want to put money in business that will, that is new to the public or new to the market, or that is repackaged as if it is new, that people will still be going for. So that is another tip that you want to. So if you have a choice to choose between one or two businesses that are old or that are new, you want to go for the new. But it's not just the new that nobody knows, but this has to be new that is being promoted, that is having the growth dynamics, that people are talking about. It has to be a new idea that is generating a buzz out there with people. It has to attract people. It has to be something people are talking about. It has to be a new idea that is bringing about growth, and that is still going to grow for many years to come. So, look for new investment ideas. Look for that and put your money inside. Or you too, even if you want to invest in yourself or in your own ideas, come up with new ideas. Or if you say, how do we come up with new ideas? New ideas are always coming from old ideas. Genius is the ability to assemble in new forms what already existed. Genius is the ability to assemble the old stuff in new form. What people had already forgotten or what people already knew. So if you want to start any topic, any idea that you want to work on, go and look for how that similar idea worked 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. You want to go and look for old ideas that are talking about that same subject and then repackage it as if it's for today, as if it's new. That is the way our world is. That's the way the world system works. New ideas are always old, forgotten ideas. And when you rebrand it and you put it in a new shape and form, people begin to buy. People go for it. People begin to buy from you. People begin to patronize you. So when it comes to money and investment, go for new ideas or repackaged old ideas that are causing a buzz out there, that is causing people to talk about it, that is attracting attention. So because, without attention, there is no sales. Without customers, if people are not coming to you, you will not sell anything. Without customers, there is no money. Without sales, there are no profits. So you want to have put your money in topics or in areas of business where people are growing, where the idea is growing, where the business is growing, where the idea is increasing in public knowledge. Well, let me say, it's a pity that I'm not hearing what you people are writing. I would have really liked to hear what you people are writing because I wanted to be able to answer some of your questions as we are going. But you know what? Go ahead and write whatever you are thinking. Keep on writing your comments. Keep on writing your comments and an opinion to what you are hearing, because I'm going to read them after we finish this. And once I read them, I'm going to come back to you tonight, and I might want to refer to some of the things you are going to be writing or you are writing. So please keep on writing your comments, and let's see what you are thinking about what you are hearing. Is it helping you, or you have some questions, or you just want to comment on some of the things that you are hearing? Okay. The last person here I'm seeing is Cecile Evezi, and that was when we just started talking about sharing the link. All right. The next wisdom tip that I want to give you about investment is that don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's the way they say. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You could start with one basket, but with time, increase it and find other baskets also where you could put your eggs in. What that is talking about is that if you put all your money in real estate, something might happen. Like, for example, we had a problem in our church here, and if you hear me talking about going to court, it is because of that. Because some people in our church that were having a rather good business, good business in real estate. They were buying land, properties, and putting a lot of money inside. But the problem is that they were attracting money from other people, and they put all that money in just land, purchasing of land, because it was profitable at that point, and they were making like 200%, 300%. So when the real estate market crashed from America, the crisis of 2008, it affected Ukraine as well, and they couldn't. The thing that they could have sold 100% increase before was now minus, and when the real estate market was not giving money, that's where they put all the money. So the money was not. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't. They have to just go bankrupt, and that led into all kind of investigation, as if it was a special case of bankruptcy or scheme. And because they were members of my church, so I was suspected of being a part of it, and that's why I've been in court to clear my name for all these years. Well, what I'm saying is that if those people had put their part of their money, let's say 50%, in other kind of business, even though 50% had gone down the drain in real estate, they could have still, even though the other 50%, oh wow, it's like the comments are coming again. That is interesting. I'm just saying good morning again. Okay, some of the old comments are coming. They are coming now. Okay, yeah, I think you could write your comments now. It's like the comments came alive. They are now coming. So what I'm saying is that if the business had been diversified for those people, if they had put the business in different platforms, they could have saved themselves from a lot of troubles, and save their investors as well a lot of trouble. People who have put money in them and put trust in them would have been secured. So for you not to lose your money, and not to lose all your money, and not to suffer a loss, please, you can put one money in one business maybe, and then as you develop and grow your portfolio, and you grow your investment, your savings, put the next savings in another topic, and put the next savings in another topic. Have at least 3 to 5 different business platforms where you invest your money in. As at least maybe 3 to 5 business platforms where you put your money in. Put them in different areas, different topics, and different aspects of business, so that you will not be disappointed if something happens to that singular investment that you had before. Okay, there is someone writing here. Sam Olas Shende says, I started a business but failed after 4 years, and now I don't believe in myself anymore, even people around me, but I still get moved by business and investment teaching. What do I do? I think what you should do is to go and increase. You don't have confidence because you failed. So you need to go and improve your knowledge. You need to go and add value to yourself. You need to go and get more wisdom, and find out, do research why you failed. Find out why you failed. When you find out why you failed, then it is easier for you to address it and to be able to fix it. So once you know why you failed, you'll be able to know what to correct in your manners and in whatever led to that failure. And once you have that confidence back, actually you just need more knowledge. You just need more knowledge. Another thing that might help you is that you might need a mentor. You might need a mentor to help you and guide you and be giving you leadership as you are going to start a new business. Yeah, so I'm seeing comments now. So if you want to comment on what we've been hearing, you can go and write your comment now, because I see another one from Akajame Sunday. That's my namesake. It says, your honesty on every issue is really legendary. See how you explain why you go to court. Thanks, and God bless you always. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I think honesty should be normal for every Christian. Just say the truth, tell the truth, say what the way it is, and it might bless somebody. Moses Boga says, as you went to the court, did you accept to swear the Bible as it is done in court? This is because Jesus Christ said we should not swear. No, here they don't practice that. Here they don't swear in Bible or anything. They don't even, this is a communist country. They didn't believe in God anyway. They don't even swear anything, because they themselves cannot swear. Most of their courts is just a farce. It's a lie. Just kangaroo courts, just deception. So they don't make anybody swear anything. Okay, now, so you have a diversified business. Patricia Agbino said, for those already in business, okay, let me see what she said. For those already in business, will changes in political atmosphere affect it? For example, Britain has voted to leave the EU. Oh, no, well, your market is even people who are in Africa, like I said in the beginning, that lady that is making cake, she is in the UK, but her business is selling in Africa. Business is without borders. You could start somewhere, but you could always find your way. So it's not a big deal. If Britain is gone out of EU, well, that is sad because there are advantages in being in the EU because you have a bigger market over there. Kike Muronkeji said, the woman you spoke about earlier was Tara Fela Durotoye. Yeah, I think so. You are right. Yeah, it's Tara. Yeah, I think Tara. Yeah. Tara Durotoye. She was a lawyer and started a makeup business. Yes, that's true. Bobo says, that is so true, Pastor. Most great business people fail before. However, that failure was not a demotivator for them, but a point of lessons. And failures, failure offers us the opportunity to improve. That's so true. Jennifer Oluomashi says, thanks, Pastor, for this teaching and this anti-failure teaching. Yes. So don't be afraid of your failure. Don't be afraid of being, God will not use your past to determine your future. Yeah, if you go and improve yourself, if you go and add value to yourself, you discover that every success is a product of failure. Every success is coming from one failure or the other. So don't be afraid by your failure. Go and improve yourself. You might want to go and read the story of Thomas Edison. Yeah, I mean, he's the one that came up with the lamp to bring electricity to our homes, and he failed 999 times, and only on the 1,000th time he was able to come up with a bulb that worked. And he said he didn't fail, but he actually learned 10,000 times how not to do things, because each time he failed, he learned how not to do it. It means that way doesn't work, so he will use another way. So failure is a way of showing you what will not work for you to look for other way or other means. Emmanuel Ulushola says, good day, Pastor Sunday. As a pastor, what kind of business would you recommend aside real estate to avoid distraction? Thank you, sir. You have always been a blessing. The kind of business I would recommend is what is in your heart. The kind of business that I would recommend is what your passion is or what you understand. Every product could be a success, and every product could be a failure. So, but you follow your passion, you follow your skills, or if you want to just invest and put money inside somewhere, don't follow the product or business, follow the people behind it. People who know the skills and have the know-how to make the business successful. Those are the people you want to follow. So follow the personalities behind that business. Like I said in the beginning, that business is about people. Okay, so I would not recommend, what topic or what business. Topics come and go. But, follow people that are, look for right people who know what they are doing and who have the zeal and the ingenuity to make a difference in the market. Okay, another thing you want to do when it comes to investment is that you want to find a mentor. You want to find somebody that is more experienced than you in business, or that is an expert in one area of business, or that understand the laws of money, so that you'll be relating to, that you'll be seeking advice from. Or if you don't have a mentor like that, or you cannot find, you might find a mentor through people's books. So you might go and get people's books and study and make yourself follow them, even though they might not know about you. Or even like my teachings now, you might want to go and get a book. Money Won't Make You Rich. I've showed it all the time. It's on Amazon. And then you could, take all these my teachings and begin to learn from them and begin to work on yourself. So, make sure that you are learning. You are always learning when it comes to investment. You don't want to lag behind, and you don't want to work using old-fashioned or, ideas, things that are no more relevant. You want to, be current. And one of the ways to be current is to follow people who are current, to change your environment, to make sure that your environment is, urging you to grow, is pouring you to growth, and not holding you back. So, because if you are around people who are not interested in business, who are not interested in investment, and they will just be discouraging you, and you will not be able to have results that you could have. But when you're around people who are growing always, who are always advancing, who are always coming up with new ideas, that will encourage your growth as well. So you want to follow a mentor. Mentorship is one of the things that you want to, have. going for you when you are, in investment and in money business. Find somebody you can learn from. Find mentors, find teachers, or find people that know more than you, and learn from them, to get some experience from them, and that will make you to be a better person, and to cope better in whatever business you are doing. Some of the areas that somebody was asking, this might be the next point, the next wisdom tip is that, I said I would not mention any particular area of business, but since you have mentioned real estate, like I said, the thing with real estate is that real estate, you want to put there money that you can afford to make to lie down there for a long time. And then on the long run, that money will yield you money, it will yield you profit. So if you can afford to, lock down the money. And then another thing with real estate is that you need a large amount of money initially. You need a bigger amount of money. So that is one area that you want to, and that gives you not bad profit after all, because, especially if you get it in a perspective area where real estate is growing or where development is taking off. But apart from that, another popular areas of business that people invest in will be in shares or in bonds or in stocks. But that you have to take interest in that. That will not give you too much business. It will not give you too much profit unless you find out real stocks and business that are really going. But it will give you, good percentage, more than 10% or 10%, in some cases 20%, 30%. So, that might be another area that you want to look into. Share stocks, but that depends on the market so much. And you might want to, in that, when it comes to stocks and bond and shares, even me, I have to look for an expert, and I always ask, for advice. And you need to find a, asset management company that will be able to recommend, because that in that kind of business, when it shares, stocks, bonds, you need to be in the market every day. You need to follow the market, not you personally, but the company or whoever is managing the asset for you. So it's better to find asset management company and invest your money through them, through those people who are experts in bonds and shares and and stocks. Then they will be able to give you updates. This is their specialty. So you not need to bother yourself. They give them your money. They give you the contract and security, and then you just know that the money will be growing. And that depends on how the market does and how the particular company does. So that's apart from real estate. Those are some of the things that you want to consider. But the real best part of investment is investing in people. Investing in people. Find people who are doing a good job, who know what they are doing, who have the perspective of growth, and partner with them. Invest in people. People is the best investment, not topic, but people. Okay, Genesis Kanjo is saying, "Good morning, sir. I so much appreciate what you are doing in the body of Christ. I would love you to throw more light on the type of business that can be good for pastors, that will always keep them focused and not dependent on church money." It's not a kind of business. You see, we are having the wrong attitude to this question. People are always asking what kind of business. It's not the kind of business. It's not the name of business. Because that is deception. When people begin to talk about real estate, everybody going to real estate, and the real estate market crashes. But you want to invest, for pastors, they should just know that the thing is not to live on salary. Pastors must invest. It's not the topic that matters now. It doesn't matter. Any topic could be profitable. Any topic could be, could be rewarding. Any topic could grow. Any topic could make you rich. But especially pastors have a good advantage. And the advantage of pastors is that they know people. They have members who worship them, who honor them, who respect them. So what the pastors should do is to is to find trustworthy people that are doing well, that have perspective for growth, and use their money to help them grow the business. On one hand, you are putting money in the business of these your people who need money anyway. Instead of them to take money from the bank, you are using your money to invest in them. So you are growing them, you are growing their business, you are helping them to grow up, and on the other hand, they are helping you to multiply your money as well. So it is about what pastors do with money. So pastors shouldn't lose their focus. Like me, I am still a pastor, and I'm doing many other things, but I'm not a businessman. I'm not into business as such, but I know enough to be able to know what to do with money. So the thing is what you know about money and what you know about the loss of money, what you are doing with money, what you want to do with money. So pastors should make sure that they are not just using money, they are not just spending money, and they are not just wasting money. They must know that they are actually investing money, which is something wise. And they are not going to be the one running about with the business. They just need to invest the money in people that they are trustworthy, that are good. And these are the people running the business, and the money and the investment will be bringing money to their pocket. Kazim Ahmed said, great morning, sir. Ready to learn from you today. No, you came late, Kazim. You came late. If you just came, you came late. I'm about to finish. So I want you people to go and share the link. Please go share this link because we're finishing already. And I want you to also write your impressions, because I couldn't read your impressions in the beginning. It's just now that I started seeing your comments. So I want to hear your comments, what you think about this topic, these business tips, these wisdom tips for investment. I will continue it tonight, but I want to see if it's helpful to you and what you think about it. So what do people think about these tips that I've shared with you today? Is it helpful? Is it a blessing to you? Let me hear from you. And before we go, and if you have not shared the link, please go ahead and share the link. I want to hear, not just say it's a good teaching or thank you, Pastor. No, I want to hear your decisions. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your decisions, what you are going to do with what you are learning. Okay. Natalia Kalida says, thank you, Pastor, for practical tips of wisdom about investment. I need to sit down and analyze. Very good, very good. Galina Kirishenka says, maybe the first investment must be in yourself. Thank you, Pastor, for your teaching. Yeah, that's what I think. I think the best investment must be in yourself. The best investment is in yourself. But some people don't have time for them. They are busy doing other things. So then you want to think about other people. Kike Moron Keji said, there is no easy way out. We must research to find out good investment. I have started talking to people, watching some programs on what people buy, and I'm trying to get an idea of the direction I should go into. I have some of my investment tied down in property, and it is slow getting a good yield. And I feel like a lot of money is going in with so little coming out. Yeah, that's one of the points I just told you about today, that you don't want your investment to turn to liability. You don't want your investment to turn to liability. Your investment must become and must remain an asset. And when it comes to real estate, that often happens without people even noticing. You could have your investment turn into liability because you are tying the money down, and if you cannot predict the growth level of that business, and maybe you are spending money on the property. You are spending money to renovate it, to pay for the mortgage and all that, and the tax, and all that is taking money from you. So real estate might be a kind of tricky in that sense. So you want a more dynamic business that will cause your money to grow, and you'll be able to see the growth and the dynamics of the growth of your investment. Kathy Austin Ogunleye says, but Pastor, sometimes people are not sincere. You invest in them, and eventually the investment goes down the drain. Yes, and that's why you must ask for, some so-called, either you sign a contract that you can take to court, or a contract that can, work for you with the government, or you ask for collateral. You could ask for collateral. Ask them to, if you are giving the money, let's say $10,000 in the business, let the person write something of that worth for you. Let him sign his car on your name. And even though he's still using his car, but let him sign his car on your name until he pays the money back. If it's if it's a bigger amount of money, let him sign his apartment on you or his house on you, and until he gives back the money, then you sign it back to him. You just have to find a way to secure yourself. Oluseyi Johnson said, good morning, sir. Any advice on consultants in business? Yeah, any business is good. Any business can yield you money if you have patronage And if you have, and for you to have patronage, no problem. You just need to do aggressive advertising. Just advertise aggressively. That's all. Bridget Goldie says, in terms of buying a house to live in versus renting, what's your advice? I've spoken about that already in one of my old last week when I was talking about this topic. But it's better for you to buy a house that you rent out rather than live in. If you are living in a house, you are building a liability for yourself. But if you are renting it out and it's bringing money to you, that is an asset. So you better buy an asset rather than a liability. Nkiru Ojimadu said, I have decided to add advantages to myself daily. I have no excuses. Yeah, you have to add value to yourself on a daily basis. Analyze, research, invest, develop myself daily, and use my talents to win my world. Brilliant. Luna Moon says, thank you, Pastor. I'm a business management student in college, so very good tips to hear from you. Inessa Pudovic says, Jal što tolka na anglийском, tak oshesa panyata shom. This lady is saying, it's a pity this is only in English. I can't understand what they are talking about. I so much want to understand. Nada vyučit anglicky, nada vyučit anglicky. Ili vy môžete najти moji propovedi, moji slova v internete. Možno poiskať propovedi Sunday Adelaja v internete. Bobo, Pastor, thank you for these great teachings. These are great for the body of Christ and so relevant for the current generation. Christianity sometimes is taken as being impractical and not relevant to challenges of today. We have just registered corporations for widows and are starting to get them to create and sell different products to ensure they become sustainable. And these teachings for me came just at the right time. Brilliant. Brilliant, Bobo. I'm very proud of you. Charles Ugoshuku says, Sir, what do you do as a pastor when God is sending you to when those God is sending you to are the down and out and they have no means of getting money? They always depend on you for money. They always beg for money after service because because they don't have. How do you manage them, sir? I love you. It's very simple. I started with people who are down and out as well. You just teach them. You train them about money management skills. You teach them about the loss of money. Go and get all my teachings. You can find them on my blog, adelajablog.com. Go and get all the teachings and begin to teach your people. Or go find my book, Money Won't Make You Rich, and teach your people. They will become from down and out to millionaires. That's what I've done here. Emmanuel Olushola said, thanks, Pastor Sunday. Your answer on what business pastor should go to has really opened my eyes that we can invest in trustworthy members. Having done the proper documentations, now I know what to do, helping my members and they in turn helping me multiply my money. Yes, that's the way to go. Sam Ola Shane, they said a business with 30% interest is okay, but what about in real estate whereby the interest is about 6%? Is that a good investment? No, that's not a good investment. That is too small. If it is just 6%, you want to look for something better. Go invest in people who can give you bigger and higher percentage. Well, it's been nice being with you all. It's time. Our time is over today. So thank you so much for your time, and I will see you tonight. God bless. Go and share the link. Let the message go forward. Blessings.